All right, guys, welcome back. What we're going to be covering in this video more is basically just lists. So there's two important elements that are both components of the list. One is the actual list, which is a UL element, and then for each item in the list, there's an LI element. So what I'm going to do is destroy all this stuff. I'm going to leave my two paragraphs there. And I'm going to create an unordered list. That's what UL stands for. And close it right there. And this on its own does nothing. If I refresh this page, you will not see anything from that list. But if we look down here, it is created. This is another block element. Now, we're going to go ahead and create a list item. And we're just going to list off our favorite games. So Fallout 4 right now, that's the one I'm playing actually. I've almost completed it. Witcher. Oh, hold on, that's not a tag. There we go. An LI element. Final Fantasy. And then close that LI. Now we're going to save and refresh. And as you can see, it has created a list. Now, this doesn't really give context to what this list is, so I'm just going to create a div right here and say, my favorite video games. Save it and refresh, and there we go. Now, alternatively, see, this UL creates the list structure, and then inside of this, the LI elements each have a little dot on the left-hand side. And again, LI means list item, UL means unordered list, but if we wanted to change this to an ordered list, we will save it and refresh, and now we have numbers. Now, yeah, basically that's how you create lists. So just remember that generally the tag that you're creating is somehow corresponding to the actual thing it creates. I'm not sure if div means divider or division, but I'm sure it means something like that. The P element means paragraph. OL is an acronym for ordered list, and UL is unordered list. And you can also change the properties of these. We're not going to be getting into that too much now. We're just covering the list itself and what it does. Now, yeah, so that's really easy, and you can continue listing things. But also, let's go ahead and do this. So we're going to create first an ordered list with the OL tag. So I'm going to refresh there. And then within this last element, let's move this up actually so we can see it between these two. See how it's going to print out. Within this list, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down at the end of the word there. So we're now using multiple lines to display within the code the list item. And what we're going to do right here, we're going to create an unordered list. And we're going to list our favorite Final Fantasy games. So 7, obviously, and then 15 was pretty good. Short, very short, but good. And then 9, well, 8. There we go. So let's save this and refresh. And what you will see is that it's created a sub list. So this, I don't want it to look too confusing to you guys, so what I'm going to do is break it down a bit. Okay, so within this single list item, and when you put your cursor right here, it kind of highlights the closing tag of it. So within a single list item, you put the text of the actual content of that list item, and then you can create a sublist by either using the UL or the OL. And notice that sublists are by nature going to look a bit different if you use the unordered list. And you can also change this to use letters if you want, and we're not going to get to that right now. So, and you can continue if you'd like. You can continue on maybe Within 7 here, you might want to list what your favorite characters were from, and then you could continue going. But we're not going to do that. I think this is sufficient for right now. You guys now know how to create lists, and with CSS, we can change these so it's horizontal. We can change this to a drop-down, so when you hover over this, it's going to drop that down, and that can be done in either CSS or JavaScript, and we're going to be discussing both methods once we actually get into that kind of thing.